Welcome everybody to my bike thing, your destination to begin your indoor cycling adventures. My name is Paul and I'm really excited to see you here today. Welcome to Maui. We are just starting at the bay, and we've got this gnarly, horrible climb coming right up. It's up to you. We can jump on this sucker because I mean, this is a virtual ride, and let's go ahead and let's add a ton of resistance to our bike and spin bike. We're going to be at a full 10 out of 10 here. 10 out of 10. Let's go.
Yeah, it's looking pretty steep.
I will get you guys started here with the dashboard and teach you all this great stuff, but you know, there's no warm up today. This hill just jumped right on top of us. So we are northwest Maui, heading northwest to the back roads, and we are just struggling up this steep climb. So we're at a 10 out of 10. If you're on your spin bike, we're only pedaling at a cadence. I'm at 50 RPM, not trying to go too super hard, although we should be at 60 warming up, but there's no warm up. So 10 out of 10 for this horribly steep climb. And if you're on your bike and your trainer, I'm in my biggest gear up front, my highest gear in the back. 10 out of 10. Working. Now, we can get out of our saddle and pop up the hill. Getting that heart rate up. I'm at 87% of max. Just grinding. And I'll try to be a little more interesting once we get to the top here. Oh. There we go. Come on. We're getting there. My wife is Chinese. We just spent the last 3 days celebrating Chinese New Year. I need this. I need this workout. So I need to suffer. I'm going to make you suffer too. Taking some resistance off. And a little small ring up front. Woo. Rounding over the top. 6 out of 10. Whew. 70 RPM. Taking that resistance off. Easiest gear. 1 out of 10. Sorry about that. Adding just a little resistance for this pitch. Feels easy now. It's not. Heart rate 85%. Big ring for this pitch. We're going to take a short break just a little while. Camera issues on this ride. .70 RPM. 9 out of 10. Adding more resistance. Back to a 10 out of 10 for this climb. We're getting up there. You can look at that top graph. You see we're almost to the top. Maui. So this highway is taking us all the way to the very edge of the small peanut. So a little steeper here, coming back up. So Maui kind of looks like a peanut. Then you got the small volcano on the northwest side of the island, and the big volcano on the southeast side. So we're climbing towards a smaller one, which is still a really big mountain. Okay, take a little break here. We're going to do some adjustments. You can recover your heart rate. If this is not your first ride and you know what's going on and you're following those metrics, good for you. If this is your first ride, I'm going to go over those with you now that we've kind of made it a little easier here. We got to the top of that hill, and now we're just coasting down, letting our heart rate come down about 80% of your max. Phew. Enjoying the view. So this was this was a really, really fun day when I was out in Hawaii filming this, or Maui. Beautiful weather, just gorgeous views. Can't be beat, man. This is Maui is just such an interesting island in that there are so many different ecosystems out here. It's like it's a small island. You can drive around it in just a few hours. This bike ride, this full, I think it's about a 45-mile loop around the upper volcano, and it took about 2.5 hours to, maybe a little longer, 3 hours to film it. Okay, let's bring it down a little bit here. We are going to pull over and stop. I may just edit this part out. Let's let our heart rate come down. All right, we're rolling out here. There was that cow, or that cow grate just shook our camera loose, so pulled over, adjust that. All right, let's bring our cadence up to 80 RPM, and we're adding a little resistance to our bike, to our trainer's big ring up front on your trainer. We're at a full 8 out of 10, not a full 9 out of 10 on our spin bikes, pedaling at 80 RPM. So we're really fighting for the top of this hill, bringing that resistance down. 6 out of 10. Lowering our gear down all the way to our easiest gear. 1 out of 10 on the spin bike. Easiest gearing combinations on your road bike if you're on a trainer. Pedaling at 90. So you can see this route is pretty hilly. So there's a lot of variation in the terrain, which makes it an exceptionally fun workout. And you can see the rolling terrain on that top graph. So we're going up and down and up and down. It's a great interval workout with some of the most beautiful scenery. Pedaling at 80. We're at 8 out of 10 here, so we are working hard. Get up this hill. Heart rate, 85% of our max. And we're getting close to the top, so it's easier gear. Sorry, I slipped the chain. Doing this live. All right. Okay, so now let's take a look at the goings on of the metrics, the data there at top graph, your hill profile. The lower graph is the heart rate profile. You can see the heart rate coming down here. And to the left of those graphs, we have your RPE, which is your perceived resistance, which is gone now. It'll come right back. So we're actually real easy gear here. Just soft pedaling down the hill or coasting. Whatever you do or need to do to keep your target heart rate. Let's focus around 80% here of our max. And when that dash pops back up, next to that RPE, you will see your target heart rate as a percentage of max. All right, so we're at 75%. Coming back up though as we start climbing here, adding resistance. 7 out of 10 on the spin bikes. And you can see that value, 9 out of 10. At the very bottom, it says 70 RPM, 10 out of 10. That first number is a 10. That's your perceived resistance. Use that value if you're on your spin bike. 70 RPM is our leg speed. Now we're at a full 10 out of 10. Pedaling at 70 RPM. Let's get that leg speed up. Get that heart rate up. 88%. Taking a little resistance off. Small ring. 5 out of 10. 70 RPM. Bringing that resistance down. Easiest resistance. 1 out of 10. Pedaling at 0 now. So coast. All right, so at first number 1, RPM 1, you can see that. So 0 RPM, 1 out of 10. Gearing combination is 42.1. Now that 42 is your small ring up front. So assuming you got a double or a triple. And the 52 is your big ring. So here we've shifted into our larger ring. And we're using the 6th gear from the bottom. So 1 is your easiest gear. A 10 is your most difficult. And so right now to 52.5, our chain should be pretty much in the middle of the rear cassette. These changes come fast because the road is throwing you all this shit really fast. So we want to focus on really that heart rate, 88%. I'm at 90, so I'm pretty much there. And a cadence of 80, now 70. So as that cadence is dropping down, heart rate's going up, that resistance has to go up as well. So we're at a 9 out of 10. Big ring at front, 8 in the back. Feeling this hill, real strong, positive pressure on the legs, make it even harder here. Let's feel those legs. We're really pushing down. We are really struggling to keep our breath. Focus. Feel those legs. Don't let up. These hills are not long. So if it's telling you to work, work. You'll have a break real soon here. So let's fight for it. Come on. There's the top. I'm at 95%. Taking a little hop, coming over the top. 7 out of 10. Resistance. 52.4. See it pitches up ahead. Take a little break on your legs. Bring that resistance down just for a minute. Now back up. Big ring. Piling on that resistance. 9 out of 10. Feeling on those legs. Come on. Sweating good here. Come on. Take a little off. Watch that heart rate. Small ring. 5 out of 10. And bringing that resistance down. 2 out of 10. Now 1 out of 10. Easiest gear. And coast. Oh, there. That's how you play the game. Take a drink. Look at that debris. Phew. So we got a little longer workout plan than normal. Welcome to Workout Wednesday. It's a doozy. I got 40 minutes for you, right about. With, that difficulty, it's not easy. Let's call it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Start pedaling. We got this hill, bringing that cadence up to 90, adding resistance. 5 in the back, small ring up front, big ring. 7 out of 10. Keep that cadence up, 80 RPM. So we're working. No breaks. Now, if you find your cadence and resistance are killing your heart rate, or your heart rate is not following what it's supposed to based on those metrics, put emphasis on that cadence and choose the gear that'll keep your heart rate in its target zone. 85% here. I'm at 88. So I'm a little high. Feeling that resistance. The legs are loving you right now. 88%. I'm at 90. So I'm where I want to be. Don't want to be much higher than that. 91%. I'm at 92. Added a little more resistance for this climb. You can look at my gearing, see where I'm at. Oh, big, most difficult gear here. Yeah, coming up over, taking that resistance off. And big or little ring, small ring up front, easiest gear. And coast. Let your heart rate recover. You can see on that timeline, now this timeline, it's the full workout, big ring. So those graphs show you where we're at with relation to the end of today's workout Wednesday. So you can see how intervally it is, how bumpy that heart rate is. This is a perfect post Chinese New Year workout. Got a hill here, getting ourselves set up for that. Get ready to shift, adding resistance. 5 in the back, big ring up front. 7 out of 10 right now, pedaling. 80 RPM, 8 out of 10. And looking to the left, heart rate 88%. Good. So you getting the hang of that? So on my bike, I use the gearing on a spin bike. You kind of have to arbitrarily define what that resistance is. So it's all based on how it feels. So a 1 is an easy spin, no friction, or low friction. And I know you can't coast on your spin bike. Let that cadence drop down. Let the weight of the wheel slow your legs until you can stop pedaling. When you're on a bike and a trainer, you can just coast. Take that break. Oh. Following the motorcycle. A lot of motorcycles out here. Makes it kind of fun. I love to bring my bike out, my motorcycle. Whew. Okay, get ready. Let's go ahead and bring that pedaling cadence back up. 80 RPM. Adding resistance. 3, 4, big ring for this climb. 80 RPM. So we're at 75%. Our heart rate is going to start coming right back up again. Not too much. Looking at that timeline, you can see got another nice little break here. Small ring, bringing the resistance all the way down and coasting. Yeah, look at that map. You see our elevation, how fast we're going, how many watts we're producing. See where we're at on the island. So we're basically riding around the small volcano. And hey guys, help me out. Show me some love. Click that like button, and please subscribe to my channel because we'll be releasing these Workout Wednesday rides weekly, and you can explore a different part of the world. Big ring. We got a nice collection here in Hawaii. We got another collection in Alaska. We got a whole bunch in California and Colorado, and even out Midwest and Wisconsin. So, I love riding, and when I came up with the cycling videos online concept back in 2008, I just took my camera everywhere. Here we go, and again, another climb. Add resistance, big ring up front, 7 out of 10, 80 RPM, heart rate's 85%, and climbing. And this is actually going to be a pretty tough climb. Looking at that heart rate profile, piling on resistance, 8 out of 10, or 8 in the back, 9 out of 10 on the spin bike, 85% of your max heart rate, up to 88 now. Legs are getting tired, but keep it going. You are going to just burn a lot of calories on this workout, and more importantly, build some strength, build some muscle, increase your mental toughness, because you see those next efforts and you have to realize that those are coming. You got to tackle them. And there's no stopping until you get to the end. There's no sag wagon behind you. No brakes. Not until we get to the end. Whew. Adding resistance again. Still small ring, hardest gear in the back. Got the cadence up, 80. Get in there. Come on. Taking a little off. Oh, traffic. Adding resistance. Fighting. Let's go. You see that rounded peak on the distance? That's That's our destination. Bring that resistance down. 90 RPM. And coast. All right, let's do it again. Here we go. Adding resistance. Big ring. 80 RPM. Here we go. Get to the top of this. Let's go. Add a little bit more. It's getting steeper. More. And more. And more. Almost a full. Using our hardest gear. 9th. And our hardest gear. 10 out of 10. Driving up. 60 RPM. Let's feel this one. Come on. It's not long. It's short climb. Get that heart rate up. Get that sucker pumping. Let's go. Almost up. Let's go. Come on. A little bit more. Let's fight. Taking that resistance off. One click. And small ring. Oh, man. All right, good. Back up, just a little bit, and back down. And coast. Let that heart rate come down. I don't know about you, I'm beat. Let's finish this, come on. Start pedaling. Adding resistance. Big ring up front. Get that leg speed back up. 80 RPM. Heart rate's coming back up. We're at 80% now. Looks like we're gonna climb it up to 90. Let's go, feel the hill. 70 RPM. 9 out of 10 on the back, down to a 7, and a 9 total resistance. Bring it down a little bit. 8 out of 10. One more hill after this. Add some resistance. Let's climb. Take a little off. A little bit more. So this full ride, if you want to watch it, the full 45-mile loop that starts in Ilikai, I think, and rides around that upper portion and eventually ends in Wailuku. That whole video is available. Oh man, I could barely talk and advertise my own website. It's on cyclingvideosonline.com. and it's in the endurance training category. And the entire workout is really very difficult, the entire ride. So we had a long way to go, and you know, we're working for it. So it's a 2-part video. Taking a slow down here for the traffic. And oh, you know, it rides through, you know, some beautiful towns. It rides through Ohai, the old, you know, the city that burned down, sadly. Big ring here. And adding resistance. 9 out of 10 in the back, 10 out of 10 on your trainer, 70 RPM on your legs. Heart rate, 80%. We got a little bit more to go. It's our last climb, so let's make it a good one. Yeah, it's such a pretty ride, and it's just a great all-around high-impact endurance ride that it impacts your heart and your lungs and your legs. You will feel it. And I only cut out this short 40-minute segment for you so you can really get a feel of what the entire workout is about. Look at that view. And we're going to climb up in the video, or the full workout. We're at about 300 feet here, but we're going to climb up to, I think, around 1,500 feet, as we have to go over a part of the volcano. Lots of banana bread stands. We're coming over the top here. And descending. All right, we didn't get a warm up, so let's take a warm down. So after this video ends, the full version picks up, and this is kind of the beginning of what the people out there nickname the Death Road, because it's like a 1-lane road, and it's really bumpy, poorly maintained. It's kind of, I mean, it might be better off if it were dirt, but it's very remote out here. There's no more cities or no more civilization for like another, 10 miles after this, as we wind our way along the Death Road and climb up the volcano until we get to Wailuku. All right. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed your workout. Now just enjoy the view. Give yourself a warm down. This is Paul. Hey, I'm signing out. You guys, I'll see you next week. Have a great one.
Thank you.